DAR Library Outreach presents First Chapter Series, The Frozen River by Ariel Lahan. Maine, 1789. When the Kennebec River freezes, entombing a man in the ice, Martha Ballard is summoned to examine the body and determine cause of death. As a midwife and healer, she is privy to much of what goes on behind closed doors in Hallowell. Her diary is a record of every birth and death, crime and debacle that unfolds in the close-knit community. Months earlier, Martha documented the details of an alleged rape committed by two of the town's most respected gentlemen, one of whom has now been found dead in the ice. But when a local physician undermines her conclusion, declaring the death to be an accident, Martha is forced to investigate the shocking murder on her own. Over the course of one winter, as the trial nears and whispers and prejudices mount, Martha doggedly pursues the truth. Her diary soon lands at the center of the scandal, implicating those she loves and compelling Martha to decide where her own loyalties lie. Clever, layered, and subversive, Ariel Lahan's newest offering introduces an unsung heroine who refused to accept anything less than justice at a time when women were considered best seen and not heard. The Frozen River is a thrilling, tense, and tender story about a remarkable woman who left an unparalleled legacy, yet remains nearly forgotten to this day. Chapter 1. A Hanging, November 1789. Truth will come to light. Murder cannot be hid long. William Shakespeare, The Merchant of Venice. What's past is prologue. The body floats downstream, but it is late November and the Kennebec River is starting to freeze. Large chunks of ice swirling and tumbling through the water, collecting in mounds while clear, cold fingers of ice stretch out from either bank, reaching into the current, grabbing hold of all that passes by. Already weighted down by soaked clothing and heavy leather boots, the dead man bobs in the ebbing current, unseeing eyes staring at the waning crescent moon. It is a miserable night with bitter wind and numbing frost, and the slower the river moves, the quicker it freezes, trapping him in its sluggish grip, as folds of his homespun linen shirt are thrown out like petals of a wilted brown tulip. Just an hour ago, his hair was combed and pulled back, tied with a strip of lace. He'd taken the lace, of course, and it is possible. Fate is such a fragile thing, after all, that he might still be alive if not for that choice. But it was insult on top of injury. Wars have been fought over less. The dead man was in a hurry to leave this place, was in too much trouble already, and had he taken more care, been patient, he would have heard his assailants in the forest. Heard, hidden, held his breath, and waited for them to pass. But the dead man was reckless and impatient, panting. He'd left tracks in the snow and was not hard to find. His hair came loose in the struggle, the bit of lace reclaimed and shoved in a pocket. And now that hair, brown as a muddy riverbank, is a tangled mess, part of it plastered to his forehead, part in his mouth, pulled there during the last startled gasp before he was thrown into the river. His tangled, broken body is dragged along by the current for another quarter of a mile before the ice congeals and grinds to a halt with a tired moan, trapping him 15 feet from the shore. Face an inch below the surface, lips parted, eyes still widened in surprise. The great freeze has come a month early to the town of Hallowell, Maine, and the dead man could not know this, nor could anyone who lives here. The thaw would not arrive for many, many long months. They will call this the year of the long winter. It will become legend, and he no small part of it. For now, however, they sleep safe and warm in their beds, doors shut tight against an early savage winter. But there, along the riverbank, if you look closely, something dark and agile moves in the moonlight. A fox. Tentative, she sets one paw onto the ice, then another. She hesitates, for she knows how fickle the river can be, and how it longs to swallow everything and pull it into the churning depths. But the ice holds, and the fox inches forward toward the dead man. She creeps out to where he lies entombed in the ice. The clever little beast looks at him, her head tilted to the side, but he does not return the gaze. She lifts her nose to the sky, sniffs for danger, inhales the pungent scent of frost and pine along the river, and farther away, the faintest whiff of wood smoke. Satisfied, the fox begins to howl. You may also like. You can find these books at your local library in hard copy, audiobook, and digital format.